Tonight, from Columbus, Ohio, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Columbus Explorers taking on the Chicago Tigers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Tigers and the Columbus Explorers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Columbus Ball Club entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now a dump off here complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 108 for the yardage and the score, too.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
On 1st and 10, Davidson. And Winslow brings it in over the middle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Davidson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Davidson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Looking to throw. Davidson. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On 2nd down now, Copeland. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Tigers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 7. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to the positive side this time. Yeah, there was a fumble at the end of this one, but what a sustained drive. And if they can keep stringing those together, you got to like their chances.
And credit the defense, though. You're out there for that long, you start to get tired, but they were able to get the turnover.
Did you just credit the defense?
I like to credit the defense and the offense.
I like you.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Well, the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Explorers are an extra point away from drawing level. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Number 3.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
On second down, they'll run it here. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a fourth down. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw on second down, Davidson forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Davidson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And for the 2nd time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Davidson. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They were the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Davidson eluding the press. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Explorers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw. Davidson flushed out right. Well, the pressure gets to him again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Back to throw. Davidson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They come up short here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll set up to throw. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. It's short. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Back to throw here. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Arizona Cardinals and the LA Rams. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Flush to his right. And complete.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, Copeland. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Copeland. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Davidson. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing on third and long. Davidson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. And making the catch on a floater, that's Landry. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Back to throw. Caught by Allen.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
23 yards on the play.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Davidson. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. On second down now, Copeland, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. It's Winslow. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Davidson. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff up the middle. Copeland. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Another shot from the one on second and goal. He'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Tigers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again.
They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Davidson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Davidson dancing to his left. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing after the interception. Davidson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw on second down. Davidson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Operating from the gun. Davidson. And some room to maneuver.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on first down. Davidson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Davidson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee, because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built on the efforts of this defense.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Davidson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He finds his man, complete. It's Rhodes. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On first down, Davidson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. To throw on second down, Davidson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on third down, Davidson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Tigers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point forthcoming. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. If they can score here, they have a chance. Possession game and all but put things to bed.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Looking to throw on second down. Davidson buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Davidson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 3 yards out.
And the Tigers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
11 yards there, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the home team here, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.